Hello, hello, hello. Hmm. $19.88. Okay. Leaving already? Oi, sorry. Did I wake you? What time is it? 8. How are you feeling? Just like yesterday. Okay, I'll call your school and say you can't come in today. I was just about to leave for work. You should go back to sleep. What about your lunch? There's some leftover idli batter and garlic chutney from yesterday. You can steam some idlis quickly. I don't know if I can figure all that out. It's okay. I'll just about to leave. It's just idlis. Very easy. It'll take me too long, Venba. Don't worry. I can just survive on the coffee machine. Fine, I'll make them. Wait 5 minutes. Venba, really, it's fine. No, 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 no. I need to make lunch for myself anyway. Just tell the school I'll be done in 5 minutes. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let's get this. Okay. Although, should I try my mother's recipe for once? The way I make idlis are never as soft as hers. And they would always cheer me up when I'm feeling sick. I should just make them her way today. Hmm. If the recipe is still readable, that is. Okay. Tools, idli plate, towel, cooker, ingredients, water, batter. Holes, let them steam through. These also have holes, batter can cook. Make sure to butter will leak. Arrange the plates to steam and cook batter properly. How to make these with these kinds before? Only the difference is the recipe also calls for towels. I'm not sure why, but almost worse, this method makes the idlis softer. How? I think. Okay. I think this. Oh god. Oh god. I think I messed up already. Uh. Okay, yep, I did. I did. Oh well. Let's see if this works. Better is steam cooked. So it needs water. Alright, let's see how this turns out. It's been long enough. Let's remove the lid and see how it turns out. It looks only the bottom plate cooked. Maybe the steam from the water didn't reach the upper plates. It must be in or these plates that steam, especially again. Okay, so water. Okay. 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 Now, batter. Wait. Alright, let's see how it turns out. Should be long enough. Just need to let this run out. Ah, it's done. Oh wow, you even took the time to make our faces. I think you forgot about my ear though. You really didn't have to do this. What else can I do? My husband can't figure out to eat this. Venba, I told you to go to sleep. You've been feeling sick and exhausted. You didn't have to cook. It's not a big deal if I skipped lunch once. Parvan, you're making me choose between resting and letting you starve. That's not a fair choice to me. You're not letting me starve. I know, but that's what it feels like. And even if you had let me leave. I'd feel too guilty. I know I shouldn't, but you know, I would. Is it hard for you to cook, even on days like this? You're right. Sorry. Did you look for tickets back home? Yes, it's expensive, but we can manage it. So, do you think we should go? I don't know. Let me ask the boss again if he can make me full-time. But unless the school gives you more shifts, or my boss changes his mind, it's going to be tough to stay in Canada. You know there's a lot other options, but I wouldn't mind going back. I'm sure I can teach again at my old job. And there's nothing really keeping us here. That would be nice. Okay, well, why don't you leave me with me now? I'll walk you off to the doctor office before I go to work. Oh no, I'm sure I needed some sleep. You've been saying that for 2 days now. Come on, I'll walk you. Doctors are free here. Venba, are you home? What did the doctor say? So the boss didn't even consider it. Unless a miracle happens, I say we start packing. What? What's with you? You never told me what the doctor said. Well, I think you should eat first. Okay. Eat us again? Ah, what's gotten into you today? So I guess this means we have a reason to stay. I mean, raising a child back home wouldn't be so bad either. But there's a chance at a very different life here. It's only going to get more expensive though. We're barely scraping by as it is. We can't provide everything other parents would be able to. What if they resent us for what they've when they grow up? Maybe moving back to India is the best option after all. But then they could resent us for taking away this opportunity. Hmm. What do you think, Benbo? Why aren't you saying anything? I don't know. It's funny to see you worry like this. Are you not worried? I don't know. I feel very calm for some reason. That makes one of us. Vanvana. Vanvana. Don't worry. I'm sure they will turn out just fine. And can you be sure? Can you be so sure? It's our child. How else could they turn out? Ring have shown the once child a universal desire. A sweet defeat. 1994. My name is Pavan sir. Pavan sir. Kevin? Where did you run off to? Sir, it would be a privilege to work with you. Pardon me, sir? I don't have time to play, Calvin. I have a lot of work to do. Yes, sir. I manage transportation of hundreds of units of inventory per day. Pardon me, sir? Calvin, there you are. What are you wearing? Where's your shirt? It's a cape. Take that off. Let's get you dressed. No, I like it. That job was in India, sir, but... Gavin, wait there. Don't run. Gavin, come back here. This has become a routine now. Yes, sir. Bachelor of Science and Physics, sir. Hey, yo, that towel is so dirty, duh. Here, wear this shirt, Kana. No! Yes, sir, you can just take me on a probation period, maybe? I'm driven, self-started, and a quick learner, sir. Put this on, Kana. Hurry up now. But I don't want to. Speaking in Tamale, Kevin? I can't even understand what you're saying. You don't have to pay until then. Please, Kana. I understand, sir. Yes, good boy. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for considering me. Good day. Hello, Mr. Blatcher of Science. What happened? Same old. Mm. What? My beard? This is a phone interview. Your clean-shaven theory doesn't hold water here. I spent half of these calls asking them to repeat themselves. I should watch cartoons with Calvin. If I can understand those shows, maybe I can understand these people too. Yay! We can watch Batman together, Appa. Yes, but your son is going to forget to smile at this rate. Did you know his friends call him Kevin? What's wrong with that? Speaking in Tamalida. Well, what's wrong with that? It's only one letter that's different anyways. It's a way for people to learn about you and where you're from. You shouldn't be afraid to correct your friends. It's your name after all. Who else is going to tell them? And Kavin means a beautiful. It's such a lovely name, and it suits you so well. I don't want to be beautiful. I just want to be Kevin. He's brighter than us, Venba. He learned to adapt. We haven't. You know, he aced yesterday's English quiz? He did? Really? Good job. We should celebrate, Kana. What do you want to eat? I'll make something special. Oh! Can we order pizza? Speak in Tamil, Kevin. I want pizza. Like parota, dosa, niyambamba, dosha, biryani, curry dosa. No, I'm tired of all these. I said I want pizza. Extra cheese. Extra toppings. You eat pizza all the time. Kavin, have you ever had putu? No. What's that? Well, I've only seen my mother make it before. It's a lot of fun to make. Reminds me of a rocket. Rocket? Yes, it's a lot of steam comes out of it when you make it. It looks like a rocket launching. It does? Yes. But, you know what? Let's just order pizza. There's no rocket, but you can get a nice cardboard box. Well, it really looks like a rocket launch. Do you want to see? Alright, let's get started. I haven't made this before, but Amma has a recipe on it. Hopefully it's readable. Where's the rocket? We need to make the flour first, though. Let's see. Hands of rice, water, blend. Okay, separate the rice from the chunks. Chunks over and about 1. Combine 50 grams of rice with water. Okay, so blend the rice. Alright, let's make some flour. When do we get to the part of the rocky part? Soon, Doc. Be patient. I should shake the sleeve over the towel to catch everything. Think this is how it's done? I think this is perfect. Why does this feel like the flour even though there's so much water? You have to mix the water and flour little by little. Final consistency should feel like a slightly wet sand. Alright, that wasn't too hard. Will this get to the rocket? Okay, so the water goes in there. And 3 tablespoons of 4 tablespoons of flour, coconut. Okay, put coconut layers as far away from each other as possible. So coconut should go first, followed by the flour. And then, okay, so coconut, flour, coconut, flour, coconut. Alright, straightforward, assemble parts. Tricky part is figuring out how much rice and coconut needed. And what order coconut can crumble easily. Coconut. I think it's like this. I think this is it. Lunchtime cabin. Oh! Wow. That was so cool. Venba, I can't believe it. Didn't fall. Amma, can we do that again? We're unable to offer you a secondary teacher position. At this time, however, we encourage you to apply again next year. Is he asleep? I think so. Calvin? Yes, he is. Good. So that interview, another dead end? Yes. I think I knew that before I took the call. No relevant Canadian works experience. We'll keep you on file. I don't know. I feel like I deluded us into thinking we can make it work here. Well, don't worry. I'll go to the employment office again tomorrow. What? I know you don't like Suresh, but I think you should take that sales job at his company. We barely know anyone. We're not in a position to pick and choose our help. I thought moving here would be a chance to start over. That even here, we still have to beg people like Suresh. It's not begging. I know. I call him tomorrow. Thank you. But honestly, I think you're more qualified for sales than I am. I mean, the way you sold Calvin on the Putu today, you're really good with kids. I can't believe you're having a hard time teaching in school. Well, it's not like teaching back home. It makes me worry about Calvin. Why? Well, back home, I could get the class to laugh, open up, get them in the mood to learn, you know? But it's harder here. What does that have to do with Calvin? I feel that there's a wall between me and my class. I can't connect with them. They lead very different lives than we did. And I feel that the same wall growing around Calvin. How do you mean? How do you mean? What if I can't connect with Calvin? The other day, he told me he wished he had his own room, like his friends. He said he needs privacy. What 5-year-old need privacy? Can you even imagine asking for something like that when you were a kid? It's like he's in a different world than us. Well, it's more than just that. I thought I could at least get him to listen to music or watch the movies from back home. But he'd rather watch Home Alone for the 100th time. I don't know. I'm worried. These things bother me too. But we choose to bring him up here. Bring him up here, not him. We did it because we thought he'd have a better life here. And he does. This place comes with better education and opportunities. But it also comes with its own culture, language, values. We can't pick and choose the ones we want and ask him to ignore from the others. I think it's natural that any kid wants to fit in, right? Yes, maybe. It's just scary. Don't worry, Venba. He'll turn out just fine. How are you sure? He's our child. How else will he turn out? Those fallen from our resolve are stripped from respect, like hair fallen. Okay, like hair fallen from the head. Go on. Tell her. His name is Pabalan. He's my dad. P-A-A-D-A-L-A-N. She says Appa is not at the office. Does she know what time he left? Do you know when my dad left the office? Okay, well, does she at least know if he came in today? Did you see my dad today? Ask her if he usually leaves with anybody. Maybe we can call them. Does he usually go home with someone? She says no. Dad usually leaves alone and he's very quiet. She says all the sales staff left at 5 p.m. today. She said he must have left then too. Okay, thank you. Where are we? Why are we walking through the park, Amma? Do you think Appa will be here? I don't know, Kana. Sometimes your Appa loves to walk instead of taking the bus. They decided to walk home from the office. It should be through here. But the lady said Appa left at 5. What's taking him so long? Do you think he went somewhere else first? But where would he go for this long? I don't know, Kabin. Enough with your questions. Sorry, Kana. I'm just worried about Appa. Why are you worried? Do you think something happened to him? No, I'm sure he's fine. You don't have to say quiet, Calvin. Here, you can ask me anything you want. Anything? Yes, and I'll answer it. But only if you can ask it in Tamil. Okay? Okay. I can do that. Okay? Okay, I can do that. Why did that lady say that Appa is very quiet? He talks a lot at home. Oh, look at you go. See, you can speak Tamil when you want to. I don't know. Maybe it's that they don't talk to him? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. He doesn't really like his job, Calvin. Maybe that's why. He was a writer back home, right? Did he like his job then? Oh yes, he loved to write. How come I never see him write at home? Well, he's always right when something bothers him. Back home, that used to be every day. Maybe you should bug him more. Same as here. I was a teacher. And not just supply teacher. I taught math, 9 to 12th standards. Were you a cool teacher? What's a cool teacher? Fun and easygoing? Like were the kids scared of you? Only kids named Cabin. I don't know. I like to think I was a good at it. My class were always fun for the students. Though I don't think I am a cool teacher here. I miss those days. But you teach here too. It's not the same. Why not? I don't know. It's just not. Where? India. Oh, I love it too. But maybe not for now. We have a wonderful life there. I do miss it. But we didn't have you. And you are our only life now. I think it'd be good for you if we stay here a bit longer. We can go back once you're old enough. Amma, I see Appa.
மரம் மண்ணோடு முகில் விண்ணோடு உயிர் உன்னோடு அன்பே. தழல் சுடாது இருள் தொடாது உன்னிழல் என் காதல் அன்பே.
Nothing, no matter how dear, should be sought at the expense of. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, I just finished cutting up the onions too. I think you should have everything you need. Yes, think, Ba. I'll go help Calvin pack. Oh god. Okay, this recipe is completely unreadable. Layered Berlin is really fancy. I never made it that way before. But I've seen Amma make it the night before we left India. Maybe I could try to remembering them. Remember and add all these first. These ingredients are so expensive. Amma, why are you going through all this trouble? It's okay, Dee. It's a big thing to leave another country. I don't know when you'll be able to cook for you again. Okay. So I think cumin, basil, mayonnaise, fennel seeds, salt. I can never get tired of how the spice smells. I wish you could see how much of these cost here. You really lose your mind over these prices. Here's the logic in the order you add these four ingredients. You want them all to fry in the onion and the oil nicely, but the ingredients you add first will always fry more in the oil than the next one. And next, right, so I want onions to turn golden brown. They need to be fried the most. And remember, once you add the tomatoes, they release so much water, it's hard for anything to fry after. So, onions. I'll say peppers. Chilies. Now the beef goes in after we add in all the salt powders that order is important. Then add water and let it reduce. How am I going to remember all this? Don't worry, I added all these instructions to the recipe book I gave you. Of course, we need to go en masse. You went through a lot of the trouble for this recipe book, Amma. I'm sorry I couldn't take better care of it. But I'm fixing these now. I hope Kevin can appreciate it when he cooks these. If he ever does. Ah, it smells divine. I think we just need to let it simmer for 30 minutes and we can start layering. Gravy is done. All that is left is the gravy. I hope I can finish it before Colin leaves. Oh god. Once done, this set low frame 30 minutes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. At least the second part is salvageable. I think the idea is to put everything in the pot, seal tightly, and let it simmer together. The 1, 2, 3 might refer to different layers of gravy, rice, and other things. But in what order? Maybe I could try to remember. Ah, I see. We just add all these together and top with the rice layer. That's the final layer? Yes. What's wrong, Amma? Oh, Amma, why are you crying? You know we'll visit often, and once things are better, we'll come back here. This is our home. Where else will we go? I know, Kana. It's just so far away. Okay, so the rice is 3 or 2. So then, Icky, cashews, cilantro, fried onions, mint, saffron milk. Oh god. Uh. Oh well. I know I didn't do that right. Okay. This. Okay. So I think okay. Okay. What? I don't think this is the right sequence. Okay. I think cashews. Okay, that. Saffron. Okay, I need to see. Okay, it looks like saffron milk. So I think the onions go. So rice, onions. Oh, no. Okay, the gay is on top. Okay. Okay, that's what the onions look like. I don't think that's it. Oh wait, never mind, it is. Okay, so what about cilantro? Is that on top? Cilantro seems to be present. So is the mint. So these 3, 4. Is it the cashews? Cashews I don't see. So, rice, cashews, rice. I think this might. I don't think this is the right sequence. Okay. I think. Is that cashew? So then. Rice. Okay. Rice. I think this is our sequence. Yeah, because it's not a lot of stuff, so it's like, I know again, the saffron milk has to be on top. At least I think so. Yeah, the gay's there. Or is it the onions in the middle? You know what? I'm gonna try that. I don't think this is the right sequence. Is it saffron milk goes in between? I think this is the right sequence. Hmm. I'm gonna try cilantro at bottom. I don't think this is the right sequence. Okay, it's not cilantro. We try the onions. Cashews, I believe I already tried this. I don't think this is the right sequence. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's right. I think. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, then 3. I think this is right. I have just to cover it with a lid. Okay, I think this is it. I just need to keep the flame very low and let it cook together. The rice will fully absorb all the moisture from the gravy, deeply flavoring it. I can't wait. Should be good now. Looks amazing. How is it? Oh, so good. Beef really is the best. Oh, it's really good, Amma. I'm glad. I wouldn't get many chances to cook for you like this again. Amma, stop being so dramatic. I'm just moving out for university. Yes, kinda. But we'll miss you. Have you packed everything? It's a long drive. We might have to get gas on the way. Oh, as it turns out, our friends are driving there today after all. So I'll be going with them. Oh, this way, you and Appa won't have to drive all the way today. I thought it'd be nice to see the classrooms and the buildings. You could give us a tour. It's not a hassle at all for us to drive you. We'd love to. It's just more convenience. There's nothing to tour really. It's just a bunch of gray buildings. Okay, Kana. Sure. I didn't even get to any of the meat pieces. Maybe we can drive there next week. Drop off some food. Oh, I almost forgot. Will your friend's car have enough space for some containers? I don't know. Why? I packed a lot more of the biryani. I also packed some these pickles and sweets. Should you give all the pieces to Cabin? I can't take that in the car. Why not? I packed for your friends too. for your friends too. You can all eat. They don't want biryani, and the whole car will smell. I don't want them to. Want them in my dorm either. You don't want any of it? Kevin, I put a lot of effort into making all of this week. I didn't ask you to. Why are you getting mad? I know you didn't ask. But what will you even eat there? I don't know. There's our there's a cafeterias, instant noodles, whatever. I figured it out. I can't believe she gave him all the pieces. I'm just eating kusak here. There's not That's not healthy, Cabin. You can't eat out every day. Literally everyone there will be doing that. I'm just trying to be helpful. Well, you're not. Why don't you ask? Why don't you take some of it? You don't have to eat it. I said no, Amma. I'm done with this. This is a fresh start for me. I don't want to smell like Little India anymore. I just want to be normal. For once. Kana. The language you speak, the food you eat, the clothes you wear. Only you should decide that, Kevin. You don't have to change who you are for us. But just be sure not changing who you are for anyone else either. There's a wonderful and beautiful culture that's a part of you. Part of you. It'd be a shame if you choose not to be part of it. Just because you think it's not normal. And why did we even move here? We should have stayed in India. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell. It's just, there's no need to create a fuss over any of this. It's not like you're never going to see me again. I'll visit often, okay? Okay. And I'll call every week too. So please, try not to worry. Okay? Okay. Is that them? Yes, I think so. Who's the girl? I never seen her before. Smart kid. This is why he didn't want us to drive him. Chip off the old block. Here he goes. I suppose it's good that he's so independent and makes his own choices, even if they are so incorrect. Our choices were mostly made for us already. Whatever he chooses, at least it will be his own decision. We just have to wait patiently for him to come back to us. Till then, it's just the two of us again, huh? Just like old times. We're unable to offer you the secondary teacher position at this time, however, we encourage you to apply again next year. Oh, did Kevin reach the university? Did he text or call yet? No. But we told him to text or call when he gets there, right? Yes. Well, maybe he hasn't go. Oh, he has. I kept waiting and got worried, so I finally called him. He just said he forgot to inform us and hurried to hang up. Ah, well, it's a big day after all. I'm sure he has a lot going on there. Oh, sure. Let your son do as he likes. I'm not going to bother anymore. He doesn't want to eat what we make. He doesn't even speak in Tamil. He doesn't even want the name we gave him. I'm done chasing after him. Yes, you're right. Oh, wait. He forgot his headphones in his room. I was going to bring it to him sometime next week. But maybe we should just let him pick it up whenever he's here next. Oh, he did? Of course not, Pavan. We should help if we can. He uses those headphones all the time. It'll be hard for him without that. What? Oh, you made that up. Is there anything more fleeting than your anger towards Calvin? That's supposed to being a parent, is. That's what being a parent is, I suppose. When Calvin said he wants to pursue writing, I was so happy. Finally, something we have in common. I wanted to show him all the works that inspired me and all the poems and stories that I love. And the ones you wrote too. All the stories you read to him as a child were just ones you wrote on the spot. Yes, but I doubt he even remembers that. I don't even know if he can read Tamil literature, much less understand it. I used to wonder why he wanted to turn his back on all these unique special things his roots have to offer. But after that night in the park, maybe he's thinking it's better not to be unique or stand out in any way. And I don't think we can blame him for that. I guess it wasn't the best decision to move. I don't get to write here. You don't get to teach here. It's hard for Kavin to be who he really wants to be here. Maybe you should have stayed. If you're going to suggest I would have been better off not moving here with you, my anger is going to be anything but fleeting. But come on. I know how much you miss home. Wouldn't you be happier back there? If I felt like I didn't have anyone, then yes, maybe I'd be happy there. Happier there. But I have Kevin. And I have you. Home is where you two are. Only for those who have forsaken you diminish the beauty of the soul. Hi, Amma. Thank you so much. Sure, Amma. I have a lot of plans today, but I think I can't stop. I can stop by for a bit later tonight. Super. Sorry, Amma. Something came up last minute, and I can't make it tonight. We're happy to inform you that your application for the secretary teacher position has been accepted. Without one dignity, one becomes a puppet to many. Okay. Bachelor of the Arts. India. Check out what I guess here. That's hype. That exact vibes I was looking for. Great, but just so you know, it's usually not hung inside the house. My dad just liked to hang it inside. Yeah, that's fine. It just needed something unique and interesting here. By the way, for the school lunch scene, I was thinking it'd be cool if it was like a super diverse table of kids that shared food from their different cultures. What do you think pre-IL lunch should be? Chicken, taki, Thai spicy, maybe. Paella is Tamil, so probably none of those. What if we show her eating nothing? Like, I would bring my lunch a lot more. I was too embarrassed to eat it at school. Maybe we can touch upon that. Oh, that might not fit the tone of the show. It's just fun seeing to that celebrates different cultures and cuisines that really represent Toronto. You must have a favorite dish if your mom made something, right? Just so weird for me to write seeing that isn't a bit apprehensive about the lunch. I was terrified to open the lid and get rid of the lid and somebody in the mm, yeah, I'll check my mother's recipe book. Okay, I have to give them a recipe. At least I can do is ensure it's authentic. I can't believe Amma didn't take that recipe book with her when she left to India, though. Well, it looks like she fixed a lot of these recipes. I can read Tamil very well, but let's see. Oh, noodles. This is puta, putu, putu, putu. Oh, I remember making this with Amma and Appa. That was fun. Rieni, of course, Appa's favorite. Natu, Koji, Kunambu. That's like chicken soup, I think. She made this for me one time when I was really ill. This is the only thing I could eat without throwing up. I must have been around 5 then? I still remember the taste, the smell, and the day she made it. It's a phone call from India. The cooker was whistling. Amma fled to it, and we fed it. But I think she was upset about something. I wonder what it was. Anyways, if I'm going to feature this recipe in the show, I better cook it once at least. Oh, how helpful. She drawn cute pictures of the ingredients needed. I'll go pick those up first, and then I can start putting it together. Okay, let's see. I can't really read this, but thankfully there's a diagram. Looks like I have to mix the emerald with the water to extract its incense multiple times. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, the water really changed. I could add more water directly to this bowl, but that might dilute the extracted water. I need to find a way to separate the extracted water from the tunnel. I probably shouldn't add the tendrils to the extracted water. Okay, the water isn't really changing color that much anymore. I think I've gotten everything I can from the tin. Let me add it to the other bowl and see. As much as I think I'm gonna get, I think. I hope this means the tamarind water is ready. On to the next thing. Okay, well, there's no diagrams in this one. My Tamil isn't the most fluent, so I might not be able to translate this fully. But maybe I can do it step by step. I think I can make out a few of these words. Toast both the grains first. Nice. I just have to figure out the missing parts. And we can go step by step. Although I don't really see grains. Did I mistranslate something? Shallots, salt, curry leaves, mustard seeds. I think shallots, garlic and ginger. I think shallots and mustard seeds. For both these grains, what else could it be? Tomatoes, humans, and Oh, it's seeds, not grains. I can't count the number of times I've woken up to the sound. This is sound though. How's it already smelling so good? Oh, I can read this part easily. Next, add red leaves and green chili. So chilies, the red chilies, and curry leaves. Oh, I must have my words for red and green switched around. Add mince and crush some minced crushed ginger, garlic. It smells so good. It's usually around the time Amma has me waving away all the steam from the smoke detector. What gives out water? Add first that creates water, then add the water itself. Oh, tomatoes. Frying it seems to release a lot of water. And add it itself. So that's what the tamarind water is for. No idea this says, but 2 ingredients left, so add and so crimson powder, salt. This smells really taking me back. Amma was upset because of a phone call she got from home. I think I remember now. I'm sorry, Appa. I'm sorry I'm not there. I know. I thought she was getting better. It's almost the end of the month, so I should be able to send you more money soon. No, it's okay. Let me at least be of use this way. Can't read this part either, but there's not much to this. Just put everything in and cook it, I guess. Let me get the water in first. I should keep going. Wow, that looks fantastic. Chicken stock always has the golden color, but the turmeric makes it look extra nice. Oh man, should we even feature this in the show? Some corporation is going to start selling an overpriced turmeric chicken stock after watching this. Okay, last step. We just have to mix ingredients together, I suppose. Masam is usually water, but here's a fresh chicken stock instead. It's really cool. Wow. I wonder how Chris will describe this to the team. An exotic take on a chicken soup from the varieties of spices and aromatics. Gross. That easier than I thought. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it tastes anything like that day. I'm uh, I'm okay. Why you sad? It's nothing. Did I do something wrong? Hmm? Oh no, Kana. Not at all. I just heard from home. Your grandmother. Mama loves her a lot. But sometimes people have to leave and go far away. And Amma will just miss her. Why is she leaving? It's natural, Calvin. Everyone leaves someday. Us too. Will happen to everyone. I won't leave you, Amma or Appa. Any recipe updates? A humble porridge can taste sweeter than nectar when fed by the lions. Internet is strong. Yeah, I told you I'm terrible at this. It's easy, Calvin. Listen, it's all about temperature control with dosa. First, pour water on the stone to reduce the heat. Next, set the fire to low settings. Pour the batter, and since the stone isn't hot, you can spread the batter easily. Add oil around the edges to turn up the heat. This will fry the batter and make it easy to flip once the edges are brown. It's, then it's done. Easy, right? Yeah, for you. Another dosa dessert coming up. Your turn. Okay. Oh my god. I did it. Good job. Ready to try something harder? Okay. Are you ready to try usapaman now? The dosa will be a bit thicker this time so we can lay all the vegetables. Oh, this is like a pizza one, right? With all the toppings? Yes. Not really, though. Okay, now they're talking now. Do I have to add all of them? Actually, you can just add whatever you like. Everyone's utapan is different. Just make sure to add gay first. Add onions, carrots, green chilies. I think I'm getting hang of this. See? I told you it's easy. And I made this. Wow. This was your appa's favorite. Kari dosa. Is dosa with minced meat. Yes, exactly, we're doing it with mutton here, but you can do it with chicken, beef, or whatever you like. Good job, Calvin. Now we can start adding the kari toppings. Like uthapam, you want to add the ghee first. Then add the beaten eggs as a coating, followed by the actual kari, and finish with finishing with the curry after. Okay. Okay. Let me try that again. Okay, no, I know what I did wrong. Beaten eggs. Another one down. This is fun. Yes, it really is. You're doing great, Calvin. You should start your own dosa restaurant when you go back. I know, right? I could probably run the best one. If there were restaurants that could serve dosas like this back there. You wouldn't have missed home so much and left, huh? I came here for more than just dosa's, Calvin. Oh yeah, of course. I was just joking. Oh. Okay, well, you start eating these. I'll make the rest and then join you. Oh, no, no, no. I'll do it. Otherwise, they can get cold before you can eat them. Well, won't they get cold for you then? Let me do this one more time at least. Sure, Captain. Amma, I have something to show you. This is Amma's recipe book. Have you been using it? Wait, I didn't fix some of these. You fixed those too. And you wrote in Tamil? This is great, Calvin. Is this all research for that show you're writing? No, Amma. Actually, I quit that job. Oh, why? I. I can't write just about dosas, sardines, and musicals. Our lives are more messy than that. And sometimes it's messy. Sometimes it has people like me. I've acted like being Tamil was inconvenient for my whole life. Convenient for me my whole life. But now I'm acting Tamil when it's convenient for me. When there's a job on the line, I couldn't deal with it. It's true, Amma. I'm just a tourist. And I wasn't there for you after Appa. And every time I wanted to apologize, I just felt too guilty even face you. You've always said you stayed in Canada for me. I know how much it must have hurt you to come back here. How much I must have hurt you. And Appa. It was so sudden. I always thought there would be more time to tell him how much he inspires me. Even the stories he made up when I was a child, I read them and read them to me until I finally slept. My writings can't hold a candle to that. If I'm writing today, it's because of him. I'm still trying to catch up to him. That's not why I came here, Kevin. You didn't? I came here because that was the best for me. And even though it hurt me, it's what's best for you. What do you mean? I love living here. The people, my parents, my job, everything. Leaving India was necessary, but really hard. I feel bad for leaving, and I miss it so much that I wanted to raise you like we never left here. It must have been suffocating for you. And after Bavalan, well, coming back here and teaching all these kids has been great. If I had stayed there, I don't think I could have given you the space you needed. Thanks, Emma. How long are you staying for? I don't know, Emma. But this is nice. What about you? Do you think you'll ever come back to Canada? I don't know, Kana. But this is really nice. Honestly, that was a really good game. Um, uh, hmm. Okay, let's see. Additional music credits. Oh, okay. That's fun. Tick tick. Let's collect this. Additional music credits. Thanks to Victoria Tran. Special thanks, wholesome games. Powered by UIs and Audio Kinetic team. Thank you for the generous support. Pixels Montreal made possible with the support of Ontario Creates. Okay, let's get to the astrology portion of the stream. Okay, so we're going over the some of the updates in progress with the astro signatures that I have been developing. Um, just letting this be. Let's see. Do I have this back in place? Or is it going to pop up there? Okay, yeah, it is. So I've been dealing with a lot of tech issues. However, um, so the software may look different. That's because, as I mentioned, I've been having a lot of tech issues in relations to the software. Um, what's been occurring, which I okay, so I've been in contact for IT and been trying to tackle this for about a week or so already. And honestly, it's been a massive like mental disaster and so forth. So things are not working to how they should. And originally, let me see. Yeah, that's it. And not been working how they should. And so far, I've been unsuccessful with trying to address this one teeny tiny issue with the software. And I've been going back and forth with IT and so forth. They thought it was a corrupted file, so what they suggested was for me to uninstall, then reinstall the software. And they told me how to save and back up the Astro signatures, so I did that, and the issue still persisted. Um, So, and also the thing is, I couldn't do a thing with recreating or try to fix things through the birth file tab right here. So those are some of the tech issues because I've been just in this nonstop loop where I completely installed the software, both like in every single possible way. I even did a deep dive and manually uninstalled everything from like the registry editor to like command prompts, control panels, you name it. I've done it all. And I'm still dealing with the issues, so it's not the software. At least that's a good filtering. I thought it was the security process or software that I downloaded. However, I have also uninstalled that entirely, and again, still receiving the exact same issue. So it's like it's not that. So the only thing I could think of that's causing the issue is the Microsoft security stuff. But thing is, I'm not too sure what it is. If that's the case, so I'm kind of like grasping at straws, at like the straws, and kind of pulling out my hair, honestly, because it's just this tiny thing where I cannot add a person's birth chart, otherwise this software will freeze and it will not shut down until I restart the computer and pull this back up and so forth, and it's a whole hassle. And I've been dealing with this for quite a long time already, but I thought it was something that I could possibly fix. But obviously that's not the case. So I'm kind of just yeah, I'm just kind of like grasping at straws here, basically. Okay, I'm going to let's see. Yeah, so that's sort of like the whole chaos that I've been dealing with, and honestly, as a result, because of that, I've been postponing working on these algorithms because I don't want to save and update these files just to like again have to uninstall the software once again and manually go through everything again just to have to save new versions of the exact same files, delete the old versions that I have, and research for the new versions and all, and just going back and forth with that hassle. So till this is resolved, I'm just going to postpone making those files and the algorithms, and also yeah, so fun. But I'm just glad at least I now know that it's not the software that got corrupted or anything like that. So that's the only highlights about it. The only thing is it's one of the security features on my computer that's causing the issues. And I just don't know why, out of all the software that I chose to attack, it chose the most expensive one that I have. One of them. So yeah, that's so fun. So right now I'm just gonna be changing all these points that you see here so that they fit at least what I would typically look at. Now, I do use and look at Hamiya, Makimaki, and all these other points. However, often cases I usually go back and forth through multiple charts and kind of like track them. And I kind of just like to have like the ones that I usually look at immediately, like just right there and available. So let me just add these. So Achilles. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this one is different from that one, as you could see by the spelling. So if you get confused why I'm changing it to something that's very similar, that's why. Okay, Diana. Eros. Excalibur. Huya. Isis. Then Ixion. See. Juno, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Midas. Midas. Nike. Odin. Pallas. So, Pholus. Yeah. As you can kind of already tell immediately, there's like so many points that I pull up on a regular basis. So, if this kind of shocks or throws you off, because some of these points are not in the software that you usually see me use, but I use them. Yeah, this has like a pretty extensive database, and I use a lot of the celestial bodies and points. Okay, got Senna, Sen, UB313, also known as Eris, which is there. Uranus, Venus, Xanthos. Thus, okay. Hamiya, Maki Maki. And now this one is kind of like a free for all. Normally I would look up Orcus. Yeah, so Hygeia, this one I'm keeping because I have personally done some of my research and testings, and with Hygeia, it's usually do with like general conditions, health, what's sturdy, the it's tend to be helpful, but it's usually helpful like when help is possible. If something, let's say, is present, let's say like Sedna, for example, Senna is known to be more like of corruption, so like that kind of mutes the helpful nature of Hygeia. So, and if it is helpful, if that does manifest, usually it's like helpful, but with like corrupted motives or like some malicious or ill-intended reasoning. So that's usually like if it does manifest into helpfulness, it's usually because like there's some type of motive behind it, alternative motive. So at least when it comes to that keyword in particular, like I usually use that very lightly or never in some other cases. Anyways, but let's see. Orcus usually is of growth, advancement, and so forth, which is why I kind of like would include it. But also, I may at times change this to Phoenix, mainly because with Phoenix, it's like joy, success, jubilee, um, one's like rapture of sorts, whether it's like symbolically speaking, like one's symbolic rapture or like feeling like you're on top of the world. It's also scenarios and situations like where one is like the immense amount of joy and success. Like one's positive mindset leads to success, and as a result, that success leads to even more positive mindset. And it's just this cycle, like optimism leading to more and more success. And at times, this is more like temporary. So, like sometimes, like it's a week, sometimes a couple of days or so, maybe just a couple of hours. But like it's one of those scenarios where like that's like the optimism and hopeful cheerfulness and so forth inadvertently creates more and more success, and it just snowballs itself till the loop is finally cut off at some point. Which is why I would probably look at Phoenix from time to time. I may change this to like Hermes. From I and another astrologers, our research together, we have found that with not Phoenix, with Artemis, it's usually has a strong association like with like hidden knowledge or like mystical like knowledge. So like associations with the occult, even things with like concepts of like spirits or ghosts, ghost stories, things of that nature usually kind of like pop up with like Artemis because it's mystical or hidden like knowledge or information. So like things that are kind of like that. We have some suspicions that it may have something to do with also spy work, but also like from what we have found strong evidence and suggestions of, it's kind of hard for that concept of spy to fully fit into the concept of like ghosts and spirits, grimoires, and so forth. But yeah, so it may be including that. Another point I could probably bring up will be Bacchus, which though Dionysus is associated with like politics and like one's charisma, it's also associated, or my fellow friend, another astrologer, what she had found was Dionysus has a strong association with like narcissism or narcissistic like disease or traits and stuff like that. So things like that, like if it's a narcissist, like if it's straight up narcissism, sometimes like is narcissistic like situations where like a person may have like quite a few traits where it can easily be mistaken as narcissism, but it's not narcissism completely, at least. Or is like that individual like they have narcissism, but it's not to like some type of extreme, or they're somewhere on it, like a spectrum of that. But yeah, that's sort of like some of the other reasons. But with Bacchus, it's more of like sexuality, so like it's a super sexual point of sorts, which is why I may also include that as well into like the readings. Or it could be Melhorn. Yeah, Melhorn. How does that just to add in more? But with this point, it's usually like a potency powerful in strength and so forth. Like it's quite a few things of that nature. So that's will be the reason why I include that aspect lines to all. Okay, well, I don't think that's working now. Yeah, this is not working. Okay, let's see if I can try this again. Let's see. Check range. Okay, well, this software is. Okay, well, I gave it a shot of trying to add in all those points that I usually have up, but it was perfectly fine then. I just hope I don't have to uninstall it yet again. I'm kind of just over and done with it, honestly, at this point. Like, of course, it has to go with that one. Like, out of all the softwares that I have, of course, it's that one. Okay, well, let's look at. Why not J Hope? Yes, this is the exact same J Hope from BTS, the K-pop group. Let's take that. Remove. Adonis. Athena. Isis. Artemis. Isis. Cleopatra. Medusa. Midas. Nike. Odin. Phoenix. Prometheus. Ulysses. Volcano. Valhalla. Xanthus. Diana. Eros. Icarus. Lilith. Sappho. Urania. Jupiter. Chiron. Chiron. Okay, let's just hold up. It's quite interesting though. Like this is the only software that really haven't really given me much of a headache. Like there's some headaches, obviously. Like every single software has its own ups and downs. The only downside is ever so often haven't happened lately, thank goodness, and I hope this doesn't happen anytime soon. But the Microsoft updates, fuck with this. This is ruins with this software. Everything else perfectly fine. Only Microsoft updates does this on occasions. Hmm. Still loading? It's taking its time. Usually it's a little faster than this. That's for sure. What's the name of this string? Oh, that's right. I didn't change that. Should probably do that. Okay, that's okay. And that's already settled. Okay. Hmm. And it's running just a bit slow, so bear with me before we even get further. Hmm. Hmm? Let's see. Am I currently live on Twitch? Hold on. I do not know why that popped up there. I'm going to be honest. What is going on? No. I gotta check on my phone. Because if I'm not live there, then there's no point in changing this. Let's see first. Edit stream info. Okay. Then am I currently live on YouTube? Okay, yeah, I am. Hmm. Well, this is the first time that happened. I'm not curious if I was never streaming on there. That actually kind of explained a few things. Okay. Um. Well, some things are still gonna just happen. Just coming off a little off guard. Not gonna lie. Okay, so we'll be focusing. Oh God, let's see. Hmm. Let's see. Pull up the. Just trying to find something that's like simple, but also relatively interesting to really like pinpoint out. I know that there's a lot of individuals who like are obsessed with these K-pop idols. Is this one I wanted to be accurate, but also two, nothing that puts me on any of those idols, their fans in particular, their bad side. Because there's more of them than there is of me, so scary. Hmm, probably not. Let's see. Yeah, this is good enough. Various pronouns. I keep on seeing a mosquito somewhere. Trying to kill it too. Flies away the moment I even see it. Okay. Let's see. Ixion. So then Hermes. Cleo. Medusa. Odin. Ulysses. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to lastly take some screenshots so that just so taking that off screen just because it's going to be in the way, so make all that just a little easier. Okay, so if you ever want to like kind of just reference back to these charts and all, they're available everywhere that is potentially possible. Hold on. Thought this was gonna be a little quicker, but obviously it's not. Things are just gonna. Hmm. Okay. So it's not that. Mm, okay. Well, that's explained. Just zoom out. Mm, Sorry, just got a little distracted with that. Well, hopefully it's okay. So, okay. So, with Odin, part of this synchronization and the primary focus of this pattern, Odin is associated with one's status, it's of success, it's um, one's power, it's of confidence, it's of many things. Sorry. And it is interacting with two additional success planets that are both right here, and one is an amplifier point, while Odin is also an amplifier point. It's of success and so forth. Um, Ixion, it is associated with the symbolism of like growing to one's potential. It's of one's skills and talents and mystical like abilities or capabilities. It's sort of like the superpowers, but like of one's like as they're growing into it. So that's sort of like what Ixion is, and it amplifies things in a very positive lighting or setting. While with Pluto over here, it's of general success. Sorry. I'm very distracted, unfortunately, today. I'm so sorry about that. Um, Anyways, Pluto is of like massive success. It's confidence. Actually, I could pull this up real quick. So as you see here, Pluto is a ruler of sexuality, less obsessive desires, and the sex organs. This overlaps in ways with like Mars, which symbolize pure physical attraction, but there is a difference. Pluto is representative of power, the establishment, and things that enhance preserve power, such as atomic energy, weapons, politics, great success, big business, corporations, and advertising. Pluto signifies dictatorships and oppression, as well as state of being oppressive. This leads to Pluto signifying superego and undeserved self-esteem. Pluto represents the ingredients of great wealth, such as investments, the baking industry, the loaning of money, and insurance of debt, and the ability to pay it off back, as well as most financial instruments such as bonds and mortgages. It also represents gambling and betting trades, financial instruments of all types and profits thereof. It provides the ability to take advantage of and capitalize on something in order to make profit. Pluto has dominion over drastic changes that are true upheavals, and in this regards represents beginnings and endings. Pluto rules obsessions of all kinds, including emotional and sexual ones. Also, Pluto is the ruler of actual sex act, as opposed to lovemaking and seduction, which is ruled by Venus. Venus seduces you, Pluto simply throws you onto the bed, says take off your clothes. Pluto is therefore symbolic of sexism and male um, chauvinism. God, I always butcher that word. But, anyways, you get the idea. So, with all that in mind, we sort of see like massive success, massive like ability to like promote and so forth, like all the balance. So pretty much like an extensive talents that he'll grow into, in sense of like embedding some type of his own power. So in this case, like it's massive success while like gaining power through like advertisements, through like stock and investments, and so many other like type of things of that nature. So a very successful individual essentially. With Ceres over here, it is the financial body as well. And Okay, it doesn't say it, but Ceres is also a point in which where one's ability to like is the intention of financial one's financial intentions. So then again, this is sort of like going back to his career because that's what Pluto represents is the career point, and it's that sort of like status, like status and success because of Odin, and it's also interacting with these three other planets. Now, with Uranus, it's as you can see here, symbolic of freedom, independence, and the urge for both, and is represented excitement, thrilling, thrill-seeking. Uranus is also a change in what is new, including the news, also representing astrology because it's study of changes in planets, positions, which creates new things since changes can be revolutionary. Uranus is representative of everything that is new or motivate, innovative, including discoveries. Along with these lines, Uranus symbolizes the changing of the world, it's such as inventions and technology, flying, space travel, and aeronautics. But most important relationships of June Uranus are that of fame, public, and whatever is to do with the public, such as mass media, broadcasting, and entertainment businesses. Uranus representative of what the worldwide, pervasive, and universal in nature or status. The publicity or publicizing is it is Uranus who signifies the globalization of anything and also symbolic of being massive in general size or amounts in our bodies. Uranus is the amount. It does what adjusts to change. So this means Uranus rules balance, eye hand coordination, and depth perception. But it also overlaps with Mercury in these areas. So, generally speaking, what this suggests is that he has immense success or the ability for immense status for fame, especially in the entertainment like industry. So, again, with him being a K-pop idol, obviously this is part of that internship. Also, with Uranus, and like he's more likely to be globally famous. So, again, with Odin and Ixion also being those positive amplifiers, it heavily leans towards like online entertainment or just general entertainment. In this case, entertainment as a K-pop idol. With Artemis, it's again it sort of has associations like with like information. So like it's more like the mystical components of the information or information that's sort of like hidden or like kind of like lost or mystical like. So in this case, we can see like he has like insider knowledge and how to do so. So like again, like how the K-pop in the K-pop industry, like when it comes to training and so forth, like what to do to be a successful idol, he has that information because again, that industry it has to some degrees is rather secretive that only like X amount of individuals can probably learn and know once they reach a particular type of status or position if they're lucky and are picked. With Cleopatra over here, it is a sexual celestial body, but it's more like enticement, not necessarily of sexuality, but it's more like if you have control over one's sexuality or know how to portray one's sexual like appearance and like viewing, you can attain some type of power or financial opportunity because of it. It's also known to be the rebel. It's sort of like rather like tabooish, or like it's like fights against taboos, or doesn't really view taboos like as taboos. So again, going like that sexual or like heavily like enticing route where one may be very enticed into whatever he's doing. It also enticements in general. So like whatever he does, he probably knows how to make it very enticing where like people want to watch and see, whether it's him dancing or something else of that nature. Now with Medusa over here, this is more of a humanitarian celestial body. So like it does suggest and shows that he is probably like one that is very much like caring, very nurturing, very much like humanitarian. Um, in some degrees, one may say like as quote wokeness as well. So like very much like equal rights, equal opportunities, things of that nature, or like one's caring heart, so forth. So like it strongly suggests like it doesn't matter like if it's his work or something he wants to use or he could use his work and position to actually help the community or the world in some case use his influence in that way or use whatever opportunities that may come for the greater good essentially. Also with Palas over here, it's very common for those who are like of digital creations. Palas is also symbolic with those like with core it's of choreography, it's also of like music, also and of timing and the digitalization of anything and all things. So with Palas, as you could probably figure out, it's also like a timing coordination. It's very much like organized systems or like the organization like process. So anything that kind of has like an organized like process or procedures. So again, choreography because like it's a series of movements. So because Palas will plan out how you move during in what position and what timing. Again, because that timing feature. Also, music again is under Palas to some degrees, but it's more of like the rhythmic pattern and timing components of that. So music production because of that. And again, it's also a digitalization. So like when the music is fully digitalized and complete, again that's Palas. So again, like the music industry in that component, so like it's timing that he was most likely going to succeed in. And again, with Ixion here, he has immense talent in timing. So in other words, also rhythmic timing and also dancing talents. That's also part of his massive success. And that's also relations to his career because Pluto is involved here. And also again, with the attempt at financial success in relations to timing. And again, that's secret information on how to make things more attractive or enticing. And again, in relations to entertainment, that's global fame. Again, it's all relations to timing and the music like industry or music process. And again with Medusa, so others like he probably makes his music where he can probably use it to achieve whatever humanitarian goal that he's interested in doing so. So those are just some of the components that um, his charts, this pattern in particular, can identify or suggest. Let's look at another individual. Let's see. Um, yeah, why not? Let's show Jody. Right now, I'm just pulling up every single celestial point, or the ones that I could pull up, due to the limitations I have with her particular chart. And I'm just going to see what patterns, again, is of interest. And then after doing so, I'm just going to. I believe I've read this particular pattern here, so I'm going to avoid that. Um, why not? So, Venus, Mars, Uranus, Ceres, Varuna, Nike. just okay. So here we have a pattern primarily on Varuna and focusing on Ceres. So with Ceres, it's again a financial intense of finances. It's of the business model like mindset. It's business first, emotions after. It can be very materialistic. It is of success. It can be unethical at times because again, it's running by the business like mentality. It is also known as the little godfather of business. So that's kind of like how powerful it is. Um, let's see here. With that in mind, is interacting with Varuna. Varuna is another amplification point, but it is leaning it towards more negative because it's always of like too much of something or too much of everything. It's overwhelming. It's very much like chaos, max to the extreme. So like it's always in that kind of like chaotic like stance. So that's sort of like the negative component of it. Um, it's interacting with Venus. With Venus, it's symbolic. It symbolizes attraction of all kinds, influence, desires, attachments, and emotional needs. Venus's dominion over intimacy and sexual energies and desire in the woman. It also signifies the sex appeal, the sex appeal, beauty, grace, fashion, and being fashionable, socializing and sociability, and partnerships and the act of unification, such as weddings, but not the marriage itself. Venus has dominion over combining and coordinations, different things, including parts of the body, countries, companies, ideas, and any two things whatsoever. Venus rules the companion and companionship, friendships and friends, being together, joining, cooperation, and merging also possessions, money, social stancings, jewels, and adornment, and luxury. This is very interesting. Venus rules seduction and the act of lovemaking, female sexuality, and sexual energy in the woman, and it is representative of the charm, harmony, and sense of humor. Venus is a benefic and therefore symbolizes good luck and elevated levels. A benefic is a term in ancient astrology referring to a planet that is highly beneficial and one that brings good luck and high levels of something beneficial and helpful, as well as a victory and championships. So, with that in mind, we kind of see that she may be one who's like very like to an extreme, maybe like one that may spend money very like maybe an excessive spender. She may be very flaunting of her wealth. She may be one who like knows how to have good fashion to an extreme. She may be one that is very good with makeup, beauty, or like working well with each other, with others in a very good and positive extreme like note. She may be like a really in the extreme, obviously, like in terms of like being a really good friend or have many friends and a very strong social life or many other things of that nature. So like she's very much like an agreeable individual overall. With the inclusion of Mars, this is a sexual planet, so like we're seeing like a double sexual interacting with Varuna, so like she may have like a very strong or very high sexual um capabilities or tendencies. It's also interacting with Venus, so again, like this is again heavily sexualized energy here, but also with Mars, it is a symbolic of one's energy. It is the body, muscles, and so forth. Um, it's also of energy of all kinds. As you can see here, Mars represents the body and muscles, motions, bodily movements, and activities. Energy is intuitive, um, innovative, the sex drive, especially in men, weapons of war, aggressions, anger, violence, temper, belligerencies, the soldier, the warrior, violence, accidents, sudden disruptions, including accidents, competitiveness, competition, and the athlete. Since Mars rules the body, it has dominion over what we do with our bodies, such as athletic endeavors, dance, and ballet. And also, pure physical labor. Mars is associated with the pure physical attraction of the body and distinction from emotional and even sexual attraction. Venus rules the female sexuality, but Mars is the ruler of male sexuality. Mars governs initiative and being a person of action, as opposed to indecision and excessive contemplation. It also rules the dancer, the farmer, laborer, the carpenter, and any profession that has primarily requirements for using the body. Mars signifies crudeness, vulgarity, macho attitudes, and the He-Man. So as you can see here, like it's definitely like very aggressive energy to some degree. So like we may see like a negative extreme where like she may be very macho, she may be very competitive as well. If we're looking at the negative components that are possible within that framework. However, again, like we can also see like she may be this very competitive, but also like very friendly. So like she may be working well with her friends, but also again like she'll definitely be the competitive friend in the group in some form of way if competitions into questions. With Nike over here, again, this is another competitive. However, it's a massive success. So in other words, like it elevates the competitiveness where like it can manifest into success in some form of way. Usually it's like not just competitions like such as like physical sports, but at times it also is in just general competitions. But usually it's more of sports related or sports like mentality. So like anything to do with like speeds or energy that requires it in some form of way, Nike will help out with that component. Now, with Uranus here, it's again, it's like of online entertainment. It is of like general broadcasting and so forth. So again, like it's also to do with like online or anything to do with online and technology of that nature. So like again, we can kind of see like as a content creator, she may be like very energetic. She may be also very energetic, very competitive, but also like very charming or charismatic in such a way where like the competitive nature actually works well in her favor. And again, contributing to her intent of making money because of the finances. And this will be working in an extreme like measure in her favor. So there is some of the patterns or some of the interpretations that can come from this chart. Let's look at another. Let's look at mm, let's choose Why not, Ninja? Okay. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna call it quits after this chart. So just bear with me. Yeah, because I'm definitely gonna be heavily distracted. Because serious. Anyways, let me just find a pattern that's of interest, and we can get along with this. Let's see. Let's say. Let's look up Void next. So let's see. Neptune, Icarus. Neptune, Icarus, Quar. Saturn, Chiron. Odin. Okay, pulling this last portion. And Hold on. Just getting some things kind of prepped. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, just gotta get this stuff prepped beforehand and all. But okay, so we're focusing on Phoenix. So with Phoenix, it is interacting with Odin. So as mentioned, Phoenix is of success. It's of like optimism. It's of when one is dealing with like triumphs. It's like the joyful jubilee like feelings and so forth. It's one's when it's a situation when like a positive mindset leads to success, and that leads to even stronger positive mindset, and it just kind of like starts looping on where the positive mindset and feedback just like feeds into this massive success, and it keeps on going till it's finally cut off. um Again, with this like status success and sort of a positive like status quo and so forth with with core. So with core, it is of one's charisma. That's what it shows. It's also of like influencers, celebrities. It's also of like essentially like fame or popularity to a degree, but it's more of like one's being iconic and very memorable. So this is like of like extreme super fame of sorts, but it's more like the memorable things of that nature. So like what's more going to be memorable about him will be like his status and power and how like the positive mindset he has with it, or maybe associated with like being very optimistic or something of that nature. When Neptune into the picture, it's of like long-term financial success. It's of pretty much all things that Venus rules, but again, it's the long term components of it. So instead of, let's say, makeup and fashion, Neptune will be more of the natural beauty of that sort. It will be like the trends that last through millennia. Um, it'll be things like that nature. Um, with Neptune is also natural resources. It's also patents, copyrights, inheritance, you name it. So that's sort of what it shows. So like we kind of see already like an idea like where he's like extremely artistically creative. And again, this is what makes him very memorable, very iconic, or he's willing to like go the extra mile. He also has that very positive mindset. And again, it includes or components of his massive success and status. Now, with Icarus over here, it is symbolic of caution, essentially. It's the yellow lights, like warning you to slow down before like you heal to a full stop. It's of natural disasters when they hit, or at least the warning signal of said disasters. If you pay attention, or and again, this is kind of in relations to like his finances. So as long as he get that in order, where like all that is properly secure, and he can use those like finances like as security funds and so forth, like he's guaranteed for long-term success. And again, it will contribute to his positive mindset and so forth. If that's not present, then things may come into jeopardy, to at least to some degree. Now with Chiron, the Saturn Chiron midpoint, it's sort of like one's control or over their own success, but also in some other components is also where one is seen in a very bad light, or where one can be like have some like immense heartbreaks, whether it's financial or relationship wise. Like it's general heartbreak in this case. If he is dealing with heartbreak of any sorts, usually it be hitting him like in terms like how his career or what's very memorable. So pretty much like any like a massive drastically bad thing may be heavily memorable, whether it's just a massively embarrassing or something else of that nature, and it'll very much be like a long-term type of ordeal. So like he'll definitely need to like watch and be cautious of those basic general like indicators, like hey, this probably may not be a good idea to not go forward with. But of course it is his free will whether or not to do so. Also, it would without a doubt interfere with his happiness, but also his happiness or his sense of like optimism is very much like he is very much in control of his own career. So like it goes back and forth in that kind of manner, or that balance. And again, that joy success is also listening or making sure that he is aware of said update of like warning signals, where like he can easily avoid disasters if possible. And again, that'll just like make him more very optimistic, and also again it kind of contributes to like his status, power, success, and even his confidence and well-being. And with that, I would like to conclude this portion of the stream. Again, that's kind of unfortunate that Sirius did close out like that and started freaking out and adding a new list, a new issue to the list. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with the software, and like I mentioned, it's very pricey. And hopefully by Monday or so, I get like call with IT or something, because this is getting ridiculous. Like I am very annoyed, and I've been dealing with this for like a long time, thinking I could probably fix it. I did every single thing like I mentioned, and yet nothing is really fixed, at least from my end. So I don't know if it's Microsoft is causing this issue. If so, what is it? I, as far as I'm aware, is not the VPN I have installed. So again, I'm just, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Anyways, well, hope all of you enjoyed the stream overall. Till then, hope to see you soon. Bye.